Hello, welcome back to Hidden Gems. My name is Arden Thomas. I am the Cincom Smalltalk Product Manager. Hidden Gems is where we show you potentially hidden capabilities of the product, and we want you to be aware of them because we think they are very useful. This is part 3 in the DatePicker series. DatePicker is a brand new widget. In the first, I showed you where to find it, how to use it basically. Second, I showed you how to use it with a common value model to share the value of the DatePicker widget. And in this one, we're going to be talking about how to use it with the DomainMaster framework to, I think, some pretty useful effect. So last time we showed you basically this app where this is an input field and it shares the date, and we can change the date in here, and that all works fine. So this time we're going to basically copy that class that was DatePicker example 2. We're going to copy that to the DatePicker app. And you might say, well, how do you copy a class really quickly and easily? Well, first load the ClassCloning package, which was another hidden gem, and you can simply clone it and then give it a new name, and it'll basically make a copy of that for you with the new name. So we created DatePicker app, and then basically it's pretty much the same thing, except I made it superclass DomainMaster, so it gives us another level of reuse. And then here again, we basically say the DatePicker. Well, let me show you the class side here. I'm going to edit that, and basically same as before, DatePicker, and date field. Only here I'm going to use myself because we are a subclass of DomainMaster. And in that DomainMaster, I'm saying that my domain holder is the DatePicker model. So all I have to do is say myself to get the access value model that gets that. I also said, and this is automatically done, so I could actually highlight that out right here. But if we open up the DatePicker app, it functions same as the other one did, same as the other example, only we have another level of reuse where we can use it. The DomainMaster, remember, we had a series on that, allows you to reuse applications in a very simple, easy manner. So we're going to show you some examples of that. We have a reuse example app, which is a subclass of DomainMaster. This is really simple, right? Almost minimal code. Very minimal code. Let's edit this. And in this, I have the DatePicker app, which I just showed you. DatePicker app. This is in a sub-canvas this time. This is how we reuse applications. So we have DatePicker, which is a DatePicker app, and another example from the past, the stock list app. And I call that stock list app, Windows spec. That's all that is right there. Very easily. On the instance side, DatePicker, this is automatically generated. DatePicker app new and stock list app new. That's all it is. And this is all automatically generated once I painted the interface. So if I open that up, I have my date app, my DatePicker app reused right here, and my stock list app. So I have a list of stocks right here, and it really took virtually no code to do that. Just this auto-generated stuff. That's all there is. And this is also, if we look at the definition, is a subclass of DomainMaster. Now let me show you a small change. I basically copied that also using the clone to reuse example 2, which is pretty much exactly the same as the last one. I'll open that up to show you. It's basically the same application. with one preference change. Instead of DatePicker and stock list app, let's go back here. This is called lazy initialization. So the first time we call this, it says if it's nil, we initialize it. Same for DatePicker, which is great and has a useful place. However, for integrating these applications with value models and with the DomainMaster in particular, I prefer simply a getter that does nothing but return it. And I like to put the things into the initialize method. Why is that? This is a specific development technique preference, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because if you start integrating lots of applications together, reusing them, you have to go to one place to see how it's all put together, and that's the initialize method. If you have to hunt to a dozen different places, it's a little harder to put it together in your head how it all goes and repeatedly hunting down all those different places. So here I can see at a glance, I've got two apps and what they are. And this will be more useful in the next examples we show, which we'll get to right now. So let's look at our next reuse example 3. And the example here, and again, I'm using the same technique. I initialize my two applications. And this I've added another, a stock app application. So I added a third. I have my date picker, my stock list, and a stock app, which shows the symbol, name, industry, sector, and exchange for, I wanted to show the stock that I have selected in this list. So all I do is change the interface like so, add a stock app, we return stock app, and change my initialize to, this was as it was before, and now I say stock app is a stock app who gets its domain from the stock list app. That's it. That's all that is needed to tie these together. And let's take a look at that. Let's open it up. And sure enough, if I click in here, it simply reflects that. Well, what about this guy? Well, we can do the same kind of thing now with that. Let's take a look at reuse example 4. How is it put together? Let's edit it. I've got the same as before, the date picker and the stock list. I've got the stock app, same as the last one. And now I also have a date app. I call date app, which just shows a date label and a date input field. And this is an application that I've integrated and placed right here. Now, how do I tie that in? Let's go back to, well, our accessing. These are just simple straight getters, so they're nothing really. All the magic is here. And this, again, this is why this is one-stop shopping. You go to one method and you have an overview of all your applications and how they're integrated together. We have our date picker app, our stock list app, our stock app, who gets its domain from the list, the stock list app, and date app, which gets its domain from the date picker. And now if I open this up, we have, this works as it did before. This gets its domain from this. And now this gets its domain from here. And let's see, I can come in here. Let's change the date. No, I made this read only. Where would I do that? Let's take a look at that. We'll show you quickly. I could enable you to change it or make it read only. I would need to go to the date app right here. Edit that. Look at this field, details, read only right there. So now I could have another window spec, for example, for this that's not read only if I want to be able to change it. As a matter of fact, let me just apply this, install it. And I will show you, in fact, where I have this, I can change this here now to 25, and it changes it right up here. Okay, that's with it not read-only, works as expected. So that's the new DatePicker app. It's a brand new widget. I show you a bunch of ways to integrate that straight into a standard application, integrate it in your application with ValueModel, and integrate it in with multiple ways, really simply with DomainMaster and our preferences in DomainMaster and any ValueModel apps. We like to do all the work in the initialize because we have basically how the whole thing is integrated in one method where we can see and understand that in one place. If you have any questions, suggestions, please send me an email at athomas@cincom.com, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this brand new widget, DatePicker. Stay tuned for more new widgets in the Hidden Gems screencast. Thank you.